a person called Midget.
I think it's working now. Not sure. It's on, Con. Wait.
What?
See, I'm not sure what's happening here. Oh.
Are you good?
Yeah, I just had to refresh it because I wasn't sure what the fuck's going on.
Oh.
Right. Where's the book?
I don't know. Swear.
Fucking.
We can read a physics book. So left that in here.
Here we go. Grimm's Fairy Tales. That's what we want. That's what we're after.
Hello, Smokey. Smokey said hi.
Who's Smokey?
I have no idea.
Hi, Smokey.
But I was acknowledged, so I'm just kind of like, hey.
Right. Okay. This. You enjoying that, Carmen?
Yeah.
Cheers.
It's empty now. It has been consumed.
No. There's still some left.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, get it out there, Carmen. Go.
I can try. Do you have scissors?
No, just like.
No, but it's like it's gonna stay there.
Open your mouth, Carmen. Just. There you go. You fucking good.
Listen.
Right.
Leave me be.
We're gonna read in some more Grimm's Fairy Tales. This was a fucking disaster last time.
They're beautiful.
We had a fucking goat causing shit. We had some fucking goose messing shit up. An abusive father. The bird, the mouse, and the sausage. Okay.
Let me just, for my sake.
Where the fuck's this thing plugged in?
I don't know. For my sake, I just want to send the picture of the little sausage thing to the Discord with no context.
So just hang on. No, I can do this. There you go. Sort of like, I want to sort of like ominous lighting, like.
There's a page at.
You were just on it.
Yeah, but the book closed, so.
Yeah, I'll go.
Wait, found it.
That sausage looks fucked. It looks like Carl Pilkington.
Just like. Hell yeah.
Right. Oh shit, hang on. Y'all are adorable. That's from James Moore. Thank you, James.
James is a good lad.
That he is. Okay. Here we go.
What the fuck are the memes? Wait, no. Wait.
How long's this one? Hey
That's
Carmen, are you my girlfriend?
I don't know.
Are you my girlfriend, Carmen? Carmen, I've been watching you for so long. I was wondering if you would be my girlfriend, Carmen. Carmen, I know that I'm not
Right.
Oh, what?
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna read the mouse, the bird, and the sausage. Are we ready for this, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Carmen.
Why does the sausage have a fucking hat?
Why not? Jade, what the fudge you drinking? Also, read the original Sleeping Beauty. It's an oldie but a goodie. Thank you, Jade. I'm just gonna give you that £50 right back in £50 worth of tea when I return to the land of Ing. So fuck you, Jade. Yeah, that's right. I said it. We're getting all the tea, and then what you can do is you can read the Fox's Brush, even though that one seems to be like an. Oh, it's not that long. Okay, are we ready? Here we go. The mouse, the bird. Can I just bring this? I'm gonna try and. I hope you all enjoyed my book extract. By the way, that was nice to get out there because Satellite City limits my ability to write certain stuff because I have to animate it. But that was an opportunity to actually show people how I write when I don't have any technological restrictions. So I hope you all enjoyed the extract. That's the main thing I've been working on. And now I'm gonna fucking read this.
I'm scared by your chat.
I'm not. I ride midgets, Carmen. Is Jerry Springer still on TV?
I have no idea, but we should watch that later.
How did that, fuck?
I mean, it's all scripted, but it's great. They start ringing the bell and then they just fucking fight.
Fucking, it was mental, wasn't it? They had little midget fights. Anyway, the mouse, the bird, and the fucking sausage. Fuck me. Right. They're gonna be closed. Once upon a time, a mouse, a bird, and a sausage entered into partnership and set up house together. Am I reading that wrong? Read that first sentence.
Once upon a time, a mouse, a bird, and a sausage entered into partnership and set up a house together. Yeah, that's what it says. They're vibing.
No, it says, and set up house together. There's no A.
Well, I mean,
It's
set
old.
up housing.
Yeah. For a long time, all went well. They lived in great comfort and prospered. The sausage is fucked, innit? I bet you any money the mouse is going to eat the sausage and the bird's going to eat the mouse. No spoilers, this is fucking... I'm into this now. This is like Game of Thrones. I'm ready. Carmen, you're fucking putting me off my stride here.
It's beautiful.
The bird's duty was to fly daily into the wood and bring in fuel. Bring in that oil. The mouse fetched the water, and the sausage saw to the cooking. When people are too well off, they always begin to long for something new. And so it came to pass. And the bird, while out one day, met a fellow bird, to whom he boastfully exacerbated on the excellence of his house and hold arrangements. But the other bird sneered at him for being a poor simpleton.
The bird's a simp.
Fuck that bird, man. You simpleton. Who did all the hard work. While the other two stayed at home and had a good time of it. For when the... Okay, that's the same sentence. For being a poor simpleton who did all the hard work while the other two stayed at home and had a good time of it. For, when the mouse had made the fire and fetched in the water, she could retire to her little room and rest until it was time to set the table. The sausage had only to watch the pot to see that the food was properly cooked, and when it was near dinner time, he just threw himself into the broth and rolled... Okay, we're gonna keep going. I don't know what you're laughing at.
This is my kind of story. Let's go.
Fuck. He threw himself into the broth, or rolled in, and among the vegetables 3 or 4 times, and there they were, buttered and salted and ready to be served. Then when the bird came home and had laid aside his burden, they sat down at the table, and when they finished their meal, they could sleep their fill till the following morning. And that was really a very delightful life.
I mean, I guess.
Influenced by these remarks, the bird next morning refused to bring in the wood, telling the others that he had been their servant for long enough, and had been a fool into the bargain, and that it was now time to make a change, and to try something, and to try some other way of arranging the work. Beg and pray as the mouse and the sausage might, it was of no use. The bird remained master of the situation and ventured, and the venture had to be made. They therefore drew lots. I love how it always comes down to drawing lots. They therefore drew lots, and it fell to the sausage to bring the bird wood, and for the mouse to cook, and to the bird would fetch the water. Okay, let's see how this works out. What do you think? Are we thinking? How do you think this... It's got fucking 1 page left.
Can we get an F for the sausage?
Yeah.
Like, right in... Yeah, just type a nice little F. I'm gonna type 1, too.
Do you reckon the sausage is going to survive this?
The sausage is gonna fucking die. If he doesn't, then...
Well, he's going out into the forest now, Carmen. He might be mistaken for, like, you know, a piece of wood, or anything could happen, Carmen. If you're a sausage...
That's us on the stream. And I'm gonna type an F.
This is live? Fuck.
Oh.
And now
So
what?
many Fs.
Fucked. And now what happened? The sausage started in search of wood. The bird made the fire and the mouse put on the pot. And then these two waited till the sausage returned with the fuel for the following day. But the sausage remained so long away that they came uneasy, and the bird flew out to meet them. He had not flown far, however, when he came across a dog. Fuck me. A dog now? This I don't like the way this is going. When he came across a dog, having met the sausage, had regarded him as his legitimate booty, and seized and swallowed him. I fucking knew that. The moment I saw that sausage, I knew he was dead. The bird complained to the dog of this barefaced robbery, but nothing he said was of any avail, for the dog answered that he had just found that he had found false credentials on the sausage, and it was for this reason that his life had been forfeited. I'm going to read that sentence again. The bird complained to the dog of this barefaced robbery, but nothing he said was of any avail, for the dog answered that he had found false credentials on the sausage, and for that reason his life had been forfeited.
I'm gonna use that as a meme.
Fuck me, this is...
Your life, you have now forfeited your life.
This poor sausage. The bird picked up the wood and flew sadly home. I mean, he didn't really make much of an argument. That's a sentient... I know it's a sausage and everything, but in this book, it's a sentient being.
Fuck that sausage.
Man.
He was born wrong.
He was born very wrong. Just a sack of offal. Anyway, I told the mouse all he had seen and heard. They were both very unhappy, but agreed to make the best of things and remain with one another. So now the bird set the table and the mouse looked after the food, wishing to prepare... Yeah, that sausage is gone. Prepare the same way as the sausage. By rolling in... But that's not how you make food, though. By rolling in and out among the vegetables to salt and butter them. She jumped into the pot, but she stopped just short before she reached the bottom, having already parted with only... Wait a minute, Carmen. Okay. Right. I just want to make sure I'm reading this right. The mouse looked after the food, and wishing to prepare it in the same way as the sausage, by rolling in and out among the vegetables and salt to butter them, she jumped into the pot, but she stopped short long before she reached the bottom, having already parted not only with her skin, hair, but also with life.
I just skimmed through the next paragraph. You just wait.
Presently, the bird came in and wandered up to serve up dinner, but he could nowhere see to cook. In his alarm and flurry, he threw the wood here and there, and all about, called and searched, but no cook was to be found. Then some of the wood that he had carelessly thrown down caught fire and began to blaze. The bird hastened to fetch some water, but his pail fell into the well, and he was after it, and he was unable to recover himself. He was drowned.
I don't like this
What
story.
type of fucking story is that?
I hate this
What
story.
the fuck is this book? You've got a mouse, a fucking bird, and a sausage all living together in a house. The sausage gets eaten because he didn't have the right credentials. Fuck does that mean for a start? The mouse jumps into a pot. Just fucking look at the size of the pot!
Wait, Alex.
And her skin comes off, and then the bird drowns. Fucking hell. Fuck. What the floppy fuck? This is...
Well, it says Grimm for a reason.
Is that why it's called? I thought it was like the name of the guy that wrote it.
Not anymore.
Because it's got an apostrophe S.
Not anymore.
Like Grimm's...
Not anymore.
I'm not... What? This next one's called The Fox's Brush. Is a fox gonna just get fucked up in some way?
Maybe not.
The fisherman and his wife.
How long's this one?
You're reading that one. I don't know. It's hard for those curious. It is hard to read because some of the language is really old. So, you know, it's a bit difficult to actually read how it's been written.
That woman is vibing.
How long is it?
I mean, it's not that long at all.
Okay.
I see a comment by Zio. I see 2 comments by Zio. The fox will trick his way to power. Make it a movie, Disney. Oh. Foxy power.
Disney would do this as well. This was probably the inspiration for like fucking... I'll tell you what. Disney, make an adult fucking violent interpretation of the sausage, the bird and the mouse, or whatever the fuck that was. Just to fuck with people.
Disney's not gonna do it. They need family friendly because money. Oh, I just realized something. Like, I was listening to some video by Saberspark. I think it was earlier today, like after I got home and was working on commissions, and it was about Family Guy. Or it was somebody else. And it was basically how Disney had bought Fox. And it's just kind of like, what's gonna happen? I think it was some other dude. And then I watched a Saberspark video afterwards. They both just kind of blended together.
Well,
The villain's song would belong to the dog. The dog's the best character.
I like the mouse. I feel sorry for the mouse.
Fuck that mouse.
It's one of those things that would really just make me sad as a kid. If you read that book to me as a kid, I'd lie awake just thinking about that. It's just like,
I remember I had like, it wasn't this book, but it was some other
Stop
fairy
it.
tale book.
just stop.
No, I have
Stop
I
it,
have
Carmen.
a similar story.
It's okay, Carmen.
It was the 3 little pigs, but at the end, like, it went into detail about how the pigs, like, the little last one with the brick house, the wolf came down the chimney and went into a boiling pot, and it was talking about how his skin boiled and burst open, and he was, like, scalding, and I was just kind of like, oh, this poor animal. I felt bad for him. I mean, it's a story, but I was just kind of like, oh.
Just why?
But the thing is, like, the pig's brothers, they were in his house. They were just kind of like, yeah. And then it's just kind of like, oh. Did you ever read the version of the 3 Little Pigs where it was like,
But
from
what's the
wolves?
point of that fucking book? Or not book, that story? What's the moral? Don't
Be a dumbass.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Don't be a dumbass. Build your house sturdily.
No, not the
Do
pigs
things
one.
slowly.
Not the pig one. The mouse, the one we just read.
Don't be a sausage.
Don't be a sausage.
Don't be a weenie. That's all I got from it. What was I? Oh yeah, it was like the 3 Little Pig story, but it was from the wolf's point of view, and he just wanted sugar. And then he went to fucking prison.
Fuck.
It was like it made another it was a retelling of it, and he was just like, I need a cup of sugar for my grandmother because I want to make her a cake. can I have a cup of sugar, please? And then all the pigs are just kind of assholes to him. They're like, no.
Oh God!
And then he fucking goes to jail at the end because he had a cold.
There's a fucking episode of The Young Ones.
Can I have a cup of sugar?
Have you ever seen The Young Ones?
No, I don't know what that is.
Has anyone ever seen The Young Ones, like Rick Mail and all that? Has anyone seen The Young Ones? Please tell me people have fucking heard of the Young... Rick Mail? You've heard of Rick Mail?
I don't know how to tell you this, Sam, but I have not.
Fuck. You know, bottom. We're gonna watch The Young Ones.
I don't know half of these shows.
Oh, they're young ones.
What?
Fucking... All these people. All these people.
Hi, Zio. Oh, hi, Badger. Badger's cool. He made a meme of my Nathaniel art, and it was great.
Alright.
Oh, I thought that said Dan Evans. I got excited.
Where?
It's Dan Evans.
Oh,
I thought it was like Dan Evans, the soil science
We're
man.
subscribed to this guy on YouTube called Dan Evans, and he's just a guy who just loves soil.
It's so wholesome.
And I just started watching his videos as a joke one day, like, look at this guy, he likes soil. And then we all binge watched every one of his videos, like Dan Evans talking about soil science, and he's like,
I'm here in Norfolk, and today we're going to be talking about soil.
I like Dan Evans.
I like Dan Evans.
Dan Evans is great.
Dan Evans, I know you only have like fucking, well, how many subscribers? Like 100 subscribers, whatever. Upload another video, Dan Evans. We like your soil science.
I got so happy because he followed me on Twitter. I was losing
I'm
my
so
shit.
jealous.
I was losing
so
my
jealous
shit.
that you got followed by Dan Evans.
I was just kind of like,
I can't believe you got followed by Dan Evans and I didn't. I
fucking love that man. It's just like he's so passionate about it, and it's great, and it's wholesome, and it's just like, I wish him all the luck with his soil sciences. I want to get into soil science. Fuck all this chemistry shit.
I was born in Norfolk, and today we are going to the soil graduation at Halo's Farm, where people can gather round and really understand the power of soil.
There was a kid in my high
Shut
school
the
that
fuck
looked
up,
just
Kevin.
like Dan
Shut the
Evans.
fuck up, Carmen.
Please.
We are going to be reading a book about the foxes. Shut the fuck.
Let me loudly inhale.
I'm not even exaggerating that voice. I'm not even exaggerating.
Are you gonna find a video of Dan Evans?
Maybe I am.
Please find a video of our boy. And yeah, no, he does not eat soil. I think he knows better.
Wait.
Poor Dane. He's just like, God damn! If only I didn't have the first E. It's okay, Dane. You're good, Dane.
Texture. Thinking about our soils is a bit like baking a cake.
Dan!
The cake, its taste and texture will depend on
Dan!
whether you
Follow me on Twitter, Dan. I need...
Today we're going to be talking about cake. The texture of cake is similar to that of soil. Chocolate cake could be made with soil, which
Have you ever made a mud pie?
Why did he follow you and not me? Why the fuck is Dan Evans following you on Twitter?
I don't
How did you
know.
do that?
I don't know. Go slide into his DMs. And be
I
like,
don't want... Dan Evans, like, we talk, like, he's only got, like, 20 subscribers, I think, or, like, a few hundred, but...
I think it's a few hundred.
It's a few hundred, but, like, fuck.
I love that man.
Oh. I'm gonna find Dan Evans and just, like, pretend to run into him on the street, and then just, like, you know, I'm gonna...
I'm such a big
Oh,
fan.
whoa! Sorry about that. What, Dan?
Dan
Dan.
Evans?
If anyone's
Dan Evans?
if anyone's curious, that's where the whole Danny thing.
me, Danny.
Oh fuck! Go on, start reading the fucking story, Carmen. I'm just
Let's
gonna.
go.
I'm
You-
gonna
you
make some.
do.
I'm gonna make some tea, and I'm gonna fucking DM. I'm gonna slide. Where's my phone? Fuck it. I guess I'm not. I'm gonna go and.
I mean, you could use your iPad.
I'm gonna stare at my reflection in the tea and just think why Dan Evans didn't follow me.
That's the shit that keeps you up at night.
Yeah, why didn't Dan Evans follow me? I like
Oh.
Soil Dan.
Yeah, go give Dan Evans mass subscribers. He is a good lad. And which story are we reading? That was a sentence. Which story are we reading? I know how to speak English. I know what words are. The Fox's Brush. Okay. The king of the east had a beautiful garden, and in the garden stood a tree that bore golden apples. Lest any of these apples should be stolen, they were always counted. But about the time they began to grow ripe, it was found that every night one of them was gone. Someone was stealing the apples. Someone was stealing the apples. Sam.
It wasn't me,
Oh.
Carmen.
Oh,
It wasn't me.
I think it might have
Do you want
been
an
you.
apple?
Do we have apples?
No. Do you know why? Do you know why, Carmen? Oh. The cow's
I
gonna-
just murdered everyone's ears.
The cow's gonna take time to boil, so go on, you keep reading.
Okay.
Fuck! Oh, we got a donation, hang on. Ah!
Read that shit.
Tell you what, you read the name, and I'll read the thing. I did that to you on purpose, Carmen.
I'm Urchin Gold.
Okay. Gould. I loved the preview of the August feud. Thank you very much. That is greatly appreciated. You were saying about some fucking apples coming?
The king became very angry at this and told the gardener to keep watch under the tree all night. The gardener set his eldest son to watch, but about 12 o'clock he fell asleep, and in the morning, another of the apples was missing. Then the second son was set to watch, and at midnight he too fell asleep, and in the morning another apple was gone. Then the third son offered to keep watch, but the gardener at first would not let him, for fear some harm should come to him. Oh, is this foreshadowing? However, at last he yielded, and the young man laid himself under the tree to watch. As the clock struck 12, he heard a rustling noise in the air, and a bird came flying and sat upon the tree. This bird's Okay, yeah, I was about to read the same sentence again. This bird's feathers were all of pure gold, and it was snapping at one of the apples in its beak, and the gardener's son. What are you doing?
Can I find my phone?
I could call you on WhatsApp.
My phone's muted.
Fuck. Check under the bed.
You keep reading. Just ignore me, I'm not here.
Okay. The arrow, however, did the bird no harm, and only dropped a golden feather from its tail and flew away. The golden feather was then brought to the king in the morning, and all of the court were called together. Everyone agreed that it was the most beautiful thing that had ever been seen, and that it was worth more than all the wealth of the kingdom. But the king said, "One feather is of no use to me. I must still have the whole bird." Fuck this king. Then the gardener's eldest son set out to find this golden bird, and thought to find it very easily. And when he had gone but a little way, he came to a wood, and by the side of the wood he saw a fox sitting. The lad... Oh, they called him a lad! The lad was fond of a little sporting, so he took his bow and made ready to shoot it. Oh, wait, they weren't calling the fox the lad. Oh, I am big dumb. The lad was fond of the little sporting, so he took his bow and made ready to shoot at it. Then Mr. Reynard, who saw what he did about it, and did not like the thought of being shot at, cried out, "Softly, softly, do not shoot me. I can give you a good counsel. I know what your business is, and you want to find the golden bird. You'll reach the village in the evening, and when you get there, you'll see two inns built on each side of the street. The right-handed one is very pleasant and beautiful to look at, but go not in there. Pleasant and beautiful to look at. Wait, I read that same sentence twice in a row. Rest for the night in the other, though it may seem to you very poor and mean. What can wait,
This thing keeps slipping down.
it's trying its hardest.
It's not trying hard enough. Fucking stop it!
What can such a beast as this know about the matter? thought the silly lad to himself, so he shot his arrow at the fox, but he missed it, and it only laughed at him, and set up its tail above its back and ran into the wood. I can only lean over so far before I fall. The young man went his way, and in the evening came to the village where there were two inns. In the right-hand one were people singing and dancing and feasting, but the other looked very dirty and poor. I should be very silly, said he, if I went to that shabby house and left this charming place. So he went into the smart house and ate and drank at his ease. And there he stayed and forgot the bird and his country too. Time passed on, and as the eldest son did not come back, and no tidings were heard of him, the second son set out, and the same thing happened to him. He met with a fox sitting by the roadside, who gave him the same good advice he had given to his brother. But when he came to the two inns, his eldest brother was standing at the window where the merry-making was, and called to him to come in, and he could not withstand the temptation, but went in, joined the merry-making. How do I lose my place this easily? I was just reading. Joined the merry-making, and then forgot the golden bird and his country in the same manner. Me too. Time passed on again, and the youngest son too wished to set out into the wide world to seek for the golden bird. Who was that say? I want more plushies. I want a Winifred plush. That would be dope. I made a Heisenfeld plushie before. It's somewhere in here. Okay. But his father would not listen to him for a long while, for he was very fond of his son, and was afraid that some ill luck might happen to him also, and hinder him from coming back. However, at last it was agreed he should go, for, to tell the truth, he would not rest at home. As he came to the wood, he met the fox, who gave him the same good counsel that he had given the other brothers, but he was thankful to the fox and did not shoot at him, and his brothers had done. Then the fox said, "Sit upon my tail, and you will travel faster." So he sat down, and the fox began to run, and away they went over stock and stone, so quickly that their hair whistled in the wind. There is a Sam coming in the hallway.
Hello, Carmen.
He is coming
I
in
still
the
cannot
room.
find my mobile device.
Did you put it in my room, or... Maybe it fell under the bed.
Maybe, you stole it, Carmen.
But can you prove that I stole it?
No,
Yeah, exactly.
that doesn't matter anymore, Carmen.
Oh. Did you leave it in my car?
No, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I don't really use my phone anyway, so I'm trying to find it out of curiosity now, just out of.
Oof. Big oof. What the fuck? Where? Oh, okay. When they came to the village, the young man was wise enough to follow the fox's counsel and, without looking about him, went straight into the shabby inn and rested there all night at his ease. In the morning came the fox again, and met him as he was beginning his journey, and said, "Go straight forward till you come to a castle, before which lies a whole troop of soldiers fast asleep and snoring. Take no notice of them, but go into the castle and pass on and on until you come to a room where the golden bird sits in a wooden cage. Close by it stands a beautiful golden cage, but do not try to take the bird out of the shabby cage and put it into the handsome one, otherwise you will be sorry for it." Okay. Then the fox stretched out his brush again, and the young man sat himself down, and away they went over stock and stone till their hair whistled in the wind. For the castle gate was all... So there's this thing called reading comprehension. My bitch ass ain't got that. Before the castle gate, all was... What the fuck? Before the castle gate, all was the fox had said. That is what that says. Okay, I'm not having an aneurysm. So the lad went in and found the chamber where the golden bird hung in a wooden cage. Below stood the golden cage, and the 3 golden apples that had been lost were lying close by its sides. Then he thought to himself, "It will be a very droll thing to bring away such a fine bird in this shabby cage." So he opened the door and took hold of the bird and put it into the golden cage. God damn it, you did the thing that you were told not to do. But it set up at once such a loud scream that all of the soldiers awoke, and they took him prisoner and carried him before the king. The next morning, the court sat to judge him, and when all was heard, it doomed him to die.
Fucking hell. I come back to that.
It doomed him to die,
Doomed
squam,
him to
squinna.
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well, it's this guy's fault, because, like, a fox
Oh,
told
here
him
it
to do
is.
this thing. Amazing.
You're gonna fucking laugh at me now, Carmen?
Yes.
So
Yes,
who
I
the
am.
fuck's dead? Is the bird dead, the guy dead, the son dead?
Right, so the fox... Okay, this one dude is just looking for some brothers, and then the fox is just like, yeah, so you do this, and also don't put the bird that's in the shabby cage in the golden cage, because bad shit will happen. And then the guy did just that, and now he was taken prisoner. Oh, now he's dead.
Well, fuck that guy then.
If he did this, he was to have a golden bird given him for his own. So he set out once more on his journey, sighing and in great despair, when, on a sudden, he met his good friend the fox, taking in his morning's walk. "Hey day, young gentleman," said Reynard. "You see now what has happened from you not listening to my advice. I will still, however, tell you how you may find the golden horse. There's a horse now. If you will, but do as I bid you. You must go straight on till you come to the castle where the horse stands in his stall. By his side will lie the groom, fast asleep and snoring. Take away the horse softly, but be sure to let the old leathern saddle be upon him. And do not put on the golden one that is close by."
He's gonna do it, isn't he?
He's gonna fucking
He's
do
gonna
it.
fucking do it.
Yep. Then the young man sat down on the fox's tail, and away they went over stock and stone till their hair whistled in the wind. All went to right, and the groom lay snoring with his hand upon the golden saddle. But when the lad looked at the horse, he thought it was a great pity to keep the leathern saddle upon it. "I will give him a good one," said he. "I am sure he is worth it." And he took up the golden saddle, and the groom awoke, and cried so loud that all the guards ran in and took him prisoner. And in the morning he was brought before the king's court to be judged, and once more doomed to die. He's not dead, but he keeps being doomed. But it was agreed that if he could bring thither a beautiful princess, he should live and have the horse given to him for his
Why
own.
does he get a second chance?
I don't know. He's special.
Cheeky bastard.
He is Mimi privileged boy. Then he went his way again, very sorrowful. But the old fox once more met him on the road and said, "Why did you not listen to me? If you had, you would have carried away both the bird and the horse. Yet I will once more give you counsel. Go straight on, and in the evening you will come to a castle. At 12 o'clock every night the princess goes to the bath. Go up to her as she passes and give her a kiss." No consent there. And
What?
and she will let
Ah!
you lead her away.
Ah!
But take
I can't
care.
believe!
But take
Ah!
care you do not let her go, and take leave of her father and mother. Then the fox stretched out his tail, and away they went over stock and stone till their hair whistled again.
You can't just kiss a woman. Or I'll fucking him.
I don't consent.
Fuck! I'm sorry for...
So Sam fucking died, right? That's the result of this story.
Hey look, I'm not going in that book.
I can't believe Sam's dead.
Sam did put his hand on the shoulder of Carmen.
It's
and-
like I can still hear his voice.
Carmen, please. If I give you food, will you forgive me? Fuck me, yeah, just crunch that up. Just fucking, just destroy that fucking crisp.
Fuck me. Some fucking Chewy MS ASMR. Fuck me.
One.
Trying to find it. Okay. And they came to the castle, all was at the fox had said, and at 12 o'clock the young man met the princess going to the bath and gave her the kiss. And she agreed to run away with him, but begged with many tears that he would let her take her leave of her father. At first he said no, but she wept still more and more and more, and fell at his feet till at last he yielded. But the moment she came to her father's door, the guards awoke, and he was taken prisoner again. This dude.
Fuck me.
So he was brought in once before the kings who lived in that castle, and the king said, "You shall never have my daughter unless in 8 days you dig away the hill that stops the view from my window." Now this hill was so big that all the men in the whole world, goddamn, could not have taken it away. And when he had worked for 7 days and had done very little, the fox came and said, "Lie down and go to sleep. I will work for you." In the morning he awoke and the hill was gone. So he went merrily to the king and told him that now it was gone and he must give him the princess. Then the king was obliged to keep his word, and away went the young man and the princess. But the fox came and said to him,
I love how easy that was.
yeah, the fox is fucking dope. "That will not do. We will have all three, the princess, the horse, and the bird." "Ah," said the young man, "that would be a great thing, but how can it be?" "If you will only listen," said the fox, "it can soon be done. When you come to the king of the castle where the golden horse is, he asks for the beautiful princess. You must say, 'Here she is.' Then he will be very glad to see her and will run to welcome her, and you will mount the golden horse and take that they are given to you and put out your hand to take leave of them, but shake hands with the princess last. Then lift her quickly on the horse behind you, clap your spurs to the side, and gallop away as fast as you can." All went right. Then the fox said, "When you come, princess, at the door..." What? Oh, I skipped an entire fucking line. How does reading work? "When you come to the castle where the bird is, I will stay with the princess at the door, and you will ride in and speak to the king. And when he sees that it is the right horse, he will bring out the bird, but you must sit still and say that you want to look at it, and to see whether or not the true golden bird or not. And when you can get into your hand, right away as fast as you can." This fox is having a time. This too happened as the fox said. They carried off the bird. The princess mounted again, and off they rode till they came to a great wood. On their way through it, they met their old friend Reynard again, and he said, "Pray kill me and cut off my head and my brush." Okay. The young man would not do such a thing to such a good friend, so the fox said, "I will at any rate give you good counsel. Beware of 2 things. Ransom no one from the gallows, and sit down by the side of no brook." Then away he went. Well, thought the young man, it is no hard matter at any rate to follow that advice. So he rode on with the princes till at last they came to the village where he had left his 2 brothers. And there he heard a great noise and uproar, and when he asked what was the matter, the people said, "The rogues are going to be hanged." And he came near, he saw that the 2 men were his brothers, who had turned to robbers. At the sight of them in a sad plight, his heart was very heavy, and he cried out, "Can nothing save them from such a death?" But the people said, "Nah." They're just like, "No."
Welcome.
Unless he would bestow all his money upon the rascals and buy their freedom by repaying all that they had stolen. Then he did not stay to think, and that we're gonna ignore that entire sentence. Then he did not stay to think about it, but paid whatever was asked, and his brothers were given up to went on without him towards their father's home. Now the weather was very hot as they came to the woods where the fox first met him. They found it so cool and shady under the trees by the side of the brook, and ran close by that the 2 brothers had said, "Let us sit down by the side of this brook and rest a while to eat and drink." "Very well," said he, and forgot what the fox had said, and sat down on the side of the brook. And while he had thought of no harm coming to him, they crept... Okay. And while he had thought of no harm coming to him, they crept behind him and threw him down the bank and took the princess, the horses, the bird, and went home to the king, their master, and said, "All these we have won by our own skill and strength." I'm going to get to this last paragraph. Then there was a great merriment made, and the king held a feast, and the 2 brothers were welcomed home. But the horse would not eat, and the bird would not sing, and the princess sat by herself in her chamber and wept bitterly. Damn. What were you saying?
No, and I'm just gonna say this story is fucking... I'm just waiting for the end, because I think...
Oh, it's just one more page.
Right, well, let's get to it then.
The youngest son fell to the bottom of the bed of the stream. Me too. Luckily, it was nearly dry, but his bones were almost broken, and the bank was so steep that he could almost find no way to get out. As he stood bewailing his fate, and thinking about what he should do, to his great joy, he spied his old and faithful friend, the fox, looking down from him on the bank upon him. Then Reynard scolded him for not following his advice.
And killed him dead!
That is not what happened, I hope. which would have saved him from all the trouble that had befallen him. "Yet," said he, "silly as you have been, I cannot bear to leave you here, so lay hold of my brush and hold fast." Then he pulled him out of the river and said to him, as he got upon the bank, "Your brothers have set watch to kill you as soon as they find you making your way back." So he dressed himself as a poor piper and came playing his pipe to the king's court. But he was scarcely within the gate when the horse began to eat, and the bird began to sing, and the princess left off weeping. And when he got to the great hall where all the court sat feasting, he went straight up to the king and told him all of his brother's roguery. Then it made the king very angry to hear what they had done, and they were seized and punished, and the youngest son had the princess given to him again, and he married her, and after the king's death he was chosen king for his steed. Nice. After his marriage he went one day and walked in the woods, and there the old fox met him once more, and besought him with tears in his eyes, and to be so kind as to cut off his head... What? And to be so kind as to cut off his head and his brush. Okay. At last he did so, though sorely against his will, and in the same moment the fox was changed into a prince. You know what? Fair enough. And the fox was changed into a prince, and the princess knew him to be her own brother, who had been lost a great many years, for a spiteful fairy had enchanted him with a spell that could only be broken by someone getting the golden bird and by cutting off the head and his brush. See, it was a happy ending. He changed back into a people. You just spilled a lot of your tea.
A spiteful fairy. You can't just bring that shit up on the last page.
That fairy was pissed.
That fucking came out of nowhere?
Me in a fairy tale. Be so pissed off at someone just be like, "Yeah, fuck you. You're a fox now."
Right. We're
Fuck
gonna
the
read
show.
the super chats. Here we go. The Wanderer. I'm new to your channel, but I find it cool and entertaining. Thank you
Awesome.
very much. Chocolary Pop. Are you familiar with the Three Billy Goats Gruff? That was a good fairy tale classic. I am indeed. Have you heard of that?
Yeah,
The troll under the bridge.
gotta pay the troll toll to get into that boy's hole. Gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
Don't judge me, okay? Don't fucking judge me, alright? That's good tea.
I'm gonna get you a straw. A nice little straw to slurp it up. Just be like...
Sebastian Emmond. Hey Fenna, I started watching you recently. I really love Satellite City. Wanted to ask just out of curiosity, what exactly is a Kivawakian? Basically, a Kivawakian is a fictional alien life form that inhabited the world of the Kivawak. The Kivawak existed before the Big Bang. It's the name for the pre-universal formation that took place, and that is the setting for my book. So if something is Kivawakian, it is Kivic in nature. So Kivic architecture, stuff like that. And that's what Kivawakians are. I did it. I answered a question.
I did it.
Call me
Kaj.
Kaj. Oh, things going green. We're like
Oh,
Shrek.
they dabbed.
Oh, really, Carmen?
Yeah, they dab and a little less sad.
The Brothers Grimm's tales are pretty grim. Lol. Thanks for brightening my night with this. Dabs. A little less sad. Thank you. Thank you very much. Frosted Scales. With $2. Make a Winifred plush so I can snuggle death itself. I will. It will be done.
I want a Winifred.
Winnie the Thread.
Yeah.
Oh, we read that one. And the video of Lucy's Xmas check messenger. Don't know what that means, but thank you, Aluna Rose.
Me too.
Frosted Scales. Genuine question. Does it bother you at all that people fawn over your characters like Winifred, Lucy, and others with really dark pasts? Also, Winifred plush sometime? We need to cuddle the death. No. I mean, the characters are... the characters are not moral, but they're not immoral. They are amoral. They are bound by their own sort of sense of morality that is just different to humans. Some of it is in line with what we believe. Most of it isn't.
No.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with liking a fictional character, because then it's like Thanos. Thanos is a meme. You know, we all love those Thanos memes. It doesn't mean that it's like, oh, what? You agree with him? No, of course not. We think the Terminator is kick ass. We're not endorsing what he does.
I am.
It's well, you know. So no, I don't really have a problem with it. People can do whatever they want. It's just a story. It's not real, you know. So no. Live and let live. Bulldozer 717. Thank you for sharing your world with us, Fenna. Hope your channel thrives, and your lore ripens to fruition. Keep at it. You're doing great. Thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed the book teaser. Hope that does well. I am looking at getting it published. The first draft is on its way, and then I'm gonna do a draft 2, and then a final draft, and hopefully we'll be able to, like, I say we, but that's just me talking in like third person. Carmen is helping me edit it because
I can't read, but I can write research papers.
you need a second pair of eyes on it. If you're the one writing it, you're blind to so many of its faults. So Carmen is that extra set of eyes that helps me like spot stupid mistakes. It's
I'm
like,
a grammar Nazi.
she is. She's my own grammar Nazi. Thank you, Carmen. Oh. Just wanted to say your preview of the August View is fantastic. That's Chatternet. Thank you very much for £20. I can't wait to see the finished product. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Corey McDonald. Love the animatic and reading the part of the August View. I'm anxiously waiting for it. I know I'm going to love the book when it comes out. And then click my icon and look it up. Can't wait for the book. Well, the book is the Satellite City is the seed. The book is the fruit. You know? And I'm just glad I was able to get some of my writing out there properly. You know, I think Satellite City is a mixed bag of mostly, you know, fucking good ideas. It's not polished really because it's just me working on it. But I think it's got, you know, doing Satellite City really helped me flesh out what I really wanted. Because I didn't know what I wanted at the beginning. And then through Satellite City, I learned I want to do a book. Something funny, Carmen?
I just remembered what you were telling me in the car.
Oh, yeah. The old ideas I used to have with regards to book writing. Yes! Fucking pirate ship fucking motherfucker.
Yeah, dude.
Yee. People say that, you know, I say, oh, how'd you come up with these ideas? Ideas don't just pop into your head like, I did it, you know? I came up with Game of Thrones, you know? That's not how that works. An idea and a book and a story and everything else is like anything else. It starts off like shit and then you develop it. That's what, you know, when you start off a drawing or have a bit of clay or a piece of music, it starts off and you're playing it and you're thinking, this doesn't sound good. But eventually you think that does, and that doesn't. And that's what Satellite City is. And then that process allowed me to think, okay, this works, this doesn't, this works, this doesn't. Filtering process, having fun along the way, allowing me to create this book. So, you know, I will continue to do Satellite City based stuff. Because it's fun. I just enjoy that you know, the Sullivan dynamic with the house and the characters. Even though it is simple and goofy, I enjoy it. But I think the August View preview that I just uploaded, that's the best thing I've done on YouTube so far. Easily. Because it's not tethered to animation, it's not held back by something that I can't physically do or have the time for. It's just writing, you know, and through a series of calculated sketchy shots of the world and fantastic narration, a bit of music and just the writing the unbridled fucking writing. You know, it's easily the best thing I've done. And the book, these books are, you know, it. If you wanted to know where Satellite City's going, this is where it's going. You know, the August View. There was one from Antonio Fenner. Both of you insult me. I fucking love Antonio. I did a song about Antonio, but I don't have any instruments. Antonio. Okay. Both of you insult me, please. Also love you both. Okay, Carmen.
Antonio, more like Antonio.
Antonio, more like Antony. Whoa, you suck.
That was too mean. You can't just say that shit in the stream, Sam. Wait. No! Don't poke my ribs. Please.
In the name of King Joffrey, first of his name, and... Okay, fine, alright. Alright, you win.
This is my defense mechanism.
Alright.
It's a teapot.
Okay, I forgive you now. Quinn was in the Kibblewhack in the August View preview, but I thought he was Earthborn in Satellite City, although it's supposed to be different. Yes! Basically, people... It's like, you know, Winifred was quiet and innocent at the beginning. Why is she suddenly violent and vicious? Because at first... What people need to... This is what you need to know about Satellite City. Quinn was... Lucy was very psychopathic, and yet now she's this reserved character that's very psychological. Why did she change? Because at the beginning she was just psychopathic, because I was fucking, you know, I just wanted to create something cool, and that was cool to me back then. And then I thought, okay, this character needs more of a character, so she became that. Winifred, the quiet type, the innocent one, boring, I developed her into a character. Shuck, the edgy one, became a cool, chill, you know,
I love Shuck.
chill sort of guy. Ludwig, who was just the fucking big mean boss, became, you know, Ludwig, who's just, you know, this analytical Inca in the book, who's, you know, just they became characters. That's what happened. They developed. I developed, you know, through the show. That's why Satellite City is so important to me, because it is the documented process of my, you know, work. You can see Lucy at the beginning, obviously just played up for like, haha, she's insane. But then compare that to Lucy now. She's nowhere near that. She still has like her moment of, you know, wacky fun.
Can we get an F for Heisenplay though?
Yeah, she still has a moment of wacky fun, but, you know, there's just more to her now.
Vibe.
But yeah. Anything else you think you know about Satellite City with regards to the lore? Disregard it, right? A lot's changed. You know, the whole Mandus isn't necessarily even in the story anymore. The whole Dizzy Jones thing, that's gone. You know, just everything you think you know. Those were old ideas. Some of them I liked and kept in. Some of them I didn't. And you're going to find out what made the cut and what didn't when you read the book. But get excited, because there's, you know, because whatever did make it in is good. You know? So, yeah. No, Bamforth and Whittaker are in it. Like I said, basically the best parts of Satellite City you will find survived and are in the book. They've just been adapted, you know. They've been translated properly, you know.
Bamforth's a fucking Chad.
Yeah. Cammy the Circle, I love Lucy, I send a big hug.
It's wholesome.
Bless. And then will Heisenflay be in the book? Chocolary Pop. Again, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'm not going to tell you what characters are in or not in. You'll have to find out. Because otherwise, if I just tell you, it's not fun, is it? There's 17 minutes of preview of the book. If you like what you heard there, then stick with it. There'll be more information on it, and get the book when it comes out, and you'll be able to see what's going on. But anything else like Celia and these other characters that have been mentioned, I refuse to say, because if they are in, I want you to be surprised and enthralled by their entry, and if they're not in, you're gonna see something better. That I can guarantee. If they're not in, if there's something in Satellite City that isn't in the August View, you won't miss it, right? I can guarantee that, because it will have been replaced or supplanted with something far superior. Right, I think that about wraps it up. Me and Carmen are gonna go and vibe and play The Evil Within.
I need brain juice.
You gonna get brain juice, Carmen?
Wait, did you read all the super chats?
Yes, I think I did. There's one more coming up now. Sounds nice. However, it needs more Helgen. Helgen is in the book. I'll say that.
She's vibing.
All right.
She is vibing.
All right. Thank you everyone for checking in. Been fun. Being
Sorry,
good.
Amberly.
What?
Amberly just got here and she's like, damn.
Rewind.
F. Oh, it's Nick.
Oh, it's Nick. When's Quinn's next appearance? Well, you saw him in the book, and what I was thinking was of doing some more scenes of the book, but actually have them fully voice acted. But Quinn is coming back. Don't worry.
Get Nick on that shit.
Nick's great. Go and check out his stuff. He's an animator just like me. He's a fellow Blender enthusiast, and he does really good work. And his singing and voice acting is amazing. And don't worry, you'll be seeing Nick again in the form of Quinn at some point, whether it be through a little bit of the book or something related to Satellite City. But yeah.
I see an Erica in the chat.
Hi, Erica. Anyway, fare thy well. It has been good. Do you want to say anything as a way of goodbye? I'll let you seize the last word.
See ya. That's it. That's all I'm thinking. Just a simple see ya.
I lied about her seizing the last word. I'm seizing the last word. Me! Me!
No!
Me!